So here we are again, back after the summer with a new team, a new league and new optimism, maybe. When Coventry City were in the Premier League, we were a small side, and then we got relegated and we became one of the 10 to 12 big teams. And then we got relegated again and we were one of 3 to 4 big teams. And now we've been relegated again, and this time, surely we are the absolute daddy, the beast, the fillet steak, the dream team. But of course that pressure makes us a bigger target. A few players have gone, a lot have arrived, some might still depart and a few others might come in. And yet we're still none the wiser as to actually what's going to happen. The pre-season friendlies haven't told us much, and even if we'd won every game I wouldn't pay much attention. How many friendlies did we win before last season? 4 out of 6 games. We absolutely stunk the joint out of the entire season. Season before that, when we had one of the most exciting teams we've had in years, 0 wins from 6. So forgive me for ignoring our draw with Liverpool 11 and the win over MK Dons and a loss to Valenciennes. Here's the odds. Generally we're third favourites behind Mansfield and Luton. Probably fair. I think maybe Exeter and Colchester could do slightly better than these odds. Lincoln and Swindon maybe not so well. I suspect something like this. This team might work as well. As we all know, we're probably going to get some loans in and lose a few people, so a bit of further rejigging might still be to come. Who knows, we might finally get Carl Baker and Leon Best. Don't panic. We've got a 33-year-old who's only ever scored 1 league goal for us, a guy who only played 114 minutes in the second half of last season, a guy who's never played above non-league, a lad with 3 goals in 14 games last season, and an even younger lad who's never played a minute in the first team in a competitive game. I learned 2 things right in this section. A, my spell check likes changing scorer to sorcerer, and B, Jordan Ponticelli finished top goal scorer in the Professional Development League 2 South for 2016-17 with 27 goals. That probably wouldn't mean anything if it wasn't for the fact that his predecessors are doing so well, like Ben Brereton, who got 28 goals the season before and last season made the transition into the Nottingham Forest squad. He's also got 3 goals in 5 for the England under-19s. The season before that, in 3rd place, was Ademola Lookman, who of course went from Charlton to Everton. I've heard Ponticelli might not be ready yet, and of course that might be right, he's a young lad, but I think we can all be certain he'll figure at some point, probably sooner rather than later, if our other sorcerer starts to struggle. We could field a completely new 11 for this season, something like this for example. That's without the newbies that are presumably going to come in. It would have been lovely to have brought in a real marquee player like Bostwick at Lincoln or Stephen Taylor who's gone to Peterborough. But as for the numbers brought in, I'll come back to that later. I look at that fixture list and I don't think it's particularly difficult. There's certainly no one likely to get promotion from them. And then after that, we've got Chesterfield and Port Vale. So if the bookies are right, we've got a really good chance of making a statement early. But if we lose a few, we've then got Carlisle, Cambridge, Exeter and Swindon. And you start to fear for us. However, there is an alternative argument. So let's say we crush everyone, breeze into 1st or 2nd place at Christmas. You know what's going to happen? We're going to lose players, aren't we? Our young guys will be ripe for the picking, won't they? Stevenson, Thomas, maybe Biamu, any loans that we've got that have been any good, they've gone back to their parent clubs, seen it before, Ryan Kent, We saw it with McGoldrick as well. Others like Armstrong, who and ah'd, nearly went, disrupted the team maybe. So maybe we need to be trundling along at Christmas, 6th, 7th, 8th place or something, and then accelerate in the second half of the season. However, we have to remember something else. Here's a question for you. How many of the 63 league games that we've played in January and February in the past 7 seasons have we won? The answer is 16, 25%. Abysmal. In the last 3 seasons, so that's 6 months, January and February, we've won 5 games. Last year it was 1 game in 10. No team that is looking for promotion or any sort of success can do this. It's usually due to some sort of disruption. Last season it was Russell Slade arriving. Season before that, Kent leaving, and a chronic lack of form with various players. And the one thing that does fill me with hope is that in 2012-13 we won 5 of 10 in January and February. And who was our manager for most of that time until he left? We are by far the biggest team in the division by any stretch. The Rico is more than 3,000 seats bigger than the capacity of Forest Green Rovers, Accrington, Crawley, Stevenage and Morecambe's grounds put together. But as I said earlier, we are the #1 target. They're to be shot at. Nothing's going to be easy. At some point there's going to be more court action and we're going to find out exactly where we'll be playing. Oh look, that's somebody for Sisu, maybe. It does seem as if we've got the right man at the helm, and at least some of the right players. Robin says the right things, seems to do the right things. The worry is, will he stay with us if we're doing badly, or even if we're doing well, and a struggling League One or Championship club comes in for him? Everyone seems to think that Mansfield are going to be good this season. They probably are. They've brought in 13 players. Luton have brought in 9, Lincoln have brought in 10, Swindon have brought in 11 so far. All of these players at all of these clubs could be amazing. They could be awful. We don't know. We can't really do anything about it anyway. All we can do is concentrate on us. And our signing seems to be perfectly logical. Take our midfield, for example. Michael Doyle, captain of the champions, Portsmouth last season in this division. Liam Kelly's been a captain at several levels of football. Our midfield of Stevenson and Vincenti, and at their best, and if they both stay, George Thomas and Kyle Reid should be enough to be combative. That's one place in the team that's really strong. At the end of last season, we won our last 4 home games with 3 clean sheets, albeit the pressure was off somewhat because we knew we were getting relegated. It looked somewhat as if our defence was starting to find a little form with Willis, Kelly Evans and Stokes. We put Doyle in front of that and maybe Grimmer and McDonald into it and Camwell maybe, and we've got a base to build on. You never know, that might just be enough. It's really difficult to predict. 442 went for 8th, which would be heartbreaking. The Guardian's guide went for 19th, which would be absolutely horrendous. At the end of last season, I went for 10th. But I think our squad is significantly better now. I do think there's a bit of optimism, and for once it might actually be justified. So if we get the full season out of Robbins, if we manage to retain some or all of our best players throughout Christmas and into the new year, I think we'll do okay. Maybe don't have enough goals with this team to get automatic promotion. Hope I'm wrong. So I'm going for a 4th place finish and the unique joy of a playoff season. I'll be trying to get to as many games as I can. I'm off to the Notts County game at the Rico on the opening day of the season. Hopefully I'll see at least some of you there. I'll make another assessment afterwards. Let's all try and enjoy the season, and whatever happens, let's be nice to each other. We all support the same team.